So, in case you weren't aware, there's a new movie coming out this weekend. I've been waiting for this one because, well, it seems to be a big piece of propaganda. Whether or not it's entertaining or not is the real question. Critics love it, and I'm going to tell you why they love it, even though they put out headlines like this. Civil War plays like a nightmare. You should still see it. A24's most expensive movie to date is borderline incoherent. That doesn't mean it's not important. Now, what is this Civil War movie about? Well, it's about California and Texas teaming up and breaking off from the Union. For what reasons, I don't know. It sure would have to be a big one for two very different ideologically driven states to team up. California and Texas couldn't be any more polar opposite. Maybe that's the point. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. I raise an eyebrow at it because, for one, according to the reviews that I've read, the film goes out of its way to prop up mainstream journalists as heroes and trustworthy, and that you should just believe them no matter what. At least that's the feelings that I was getting after reading some of these reviews. They're all about how great the journalists are. And that Civil War, of course, is awful. It would be awful for it to happen. And I mean, I could go on all day about Tim Pool's favorite subject, but that's not what we're going to focus on here because I haven't seen the movie yet. I just wanted to point out that, of course, journalists love a movie that props up journalists. What I want to talk about is Kristen Dunst and her strange way to promote this movie. So she's doing, of course, interviews because she's, I think, one of the stars of the movie. I'm not sure if she's the star, but she's one of them. She plays a journalist on the front lines covering the war. And she chose to take some time from one of her most recent interviews to complain about how much money Tobey Maguire made in the movies titled Spider-Man. And, of course, he played the main character, Spider-Man, in the movie called Spider-Man. But apparently, she should have gotten the same amount of money as him, and if not that, at least somewhat close. And to which I say, I mean, are you insane? Nobody is going to this movie for Mary Jane Watson. They're going to the movie to see Peter Parker, Spider-Man. How in the hell is that sexist? You don't deserve anywhere near the amount of money they paid him. Because, quite frankly, you could be replaced. He could be replaced. They used to do that shit all the time. Just recast the hero, but they don't really do that anymore for some reason, unless it's an extreme case. They'll just write you out of the movie like they did in the Marvel movies. So I don't know, but I do know that Mary Jane not getting paid as much as Peter Parker in a Spider-Man movie is not sexism. Where in the world do you deserve equal pay to the name of the character, the guy playing the name of the character in the movie? This is ridiculous. But the media hails her for this. According to Kristen Dunst, the pay gap was very extreme. The actress who played the iconic character of Mary Jane Watson pointed out that despite her significant role in the franchise, she was not compensated as handsomely as Tobey Maguire. Well, you're not the main character. You're a side story in the movie, to be honest. A side story. Now, keep in mind, she was still paid a hell of a lot of money to be in all three of these movies. And I'm sure her paychecks increased from 1, 2, and 3. I can promise you that. But in no world should anybody be making as much money as the guy playing Spider-Man in a Spider-Man movie. It's not sexism. It's just reality. So she did this recently in an interview with The Independent. Kristen Dunst complained about the pay gap, saying, though she shrugged it off at the time because Maguire was playing Spider-Man, she points to the fact that she was on the cover of the Spider-Man 2 poster right alongside him. The statement highlights the discrepancy between the two actors' roles and the compensation they received for their work. Yeah, just because, of course, you're on the poster. A lot of characters from different movies that get paid different amounts of money are on movie posters. This is not sexism. What a way to promote your Civil War movie. Why are these people always whining about this? You know, if the movie was called Mary Jane, then that would be different, but it's not. It's called Spider-Man. Sorry, it's not Spider-Man and Mary Jane either. Now, there is a situation where she should be paid the same amount of money as him, and that would be if they ever wise up and make a movie about Spider-Girl, their daughter, who has a comic book run, Mayday Parker. Great series. It's like it's not $20.99, but it was like 20 years into the future of Marvel characters back in the 90s, and Peter Parker was older. He couldn't be Spider-Man anymore because his leg was busted up. So he became a cop, and him and MJ settled down and had the home in Brooklyn. I think they were maybe in Queens. I don't remember exactly where they lived, but it doesn't really matter. And they had a daughter, and she, of course, inherited his spider powers and took up the mantle. Now, they would just both be the parents, and they would probably have somewhat equal screen time. That would be different. Then they would get the same amount of money. He would maybe get a little bit more because he's Tobey Maguire, and he would be a draw. But they would probably have about the same kind of roles in that. And, of course, in that movie, the girl playing Spider-Girl should be paid significantly because she is the star. But she'd probably find a way to complain about that, too. I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.